Okay, so congratulations on purchasing your mini red near infrared. So in this video, we'll go over how and when to use your device. The mini carries red, near infrared. The red is 620 and 670. So when you look at the bulbs, one of them looks a little more yellow. That's the 620. The deeper red is the 670. And then each bulb carries 8 to 10, two of them. So 33% of the light is dedicated to the red wavelengths, where 66% is the near infrared. That's because we want more near infrared to penetrate deeper into the body to get muscles, joints, tendons, and so on. So you open up the box. First thing is you have your panel strap that's adjustable in the back. You'll also have some goggles if need be. Now, typically, I recommend just to close your eyes if it's close to your face because it is bright. The goggles are going to be for people dealing with hypersensitive eyes or photosensitivity type issues. And then you're going to have your plug-in. Sometimes it may come with the round end, and sometimes it may come with the USB. So either one will work just fine depending on which version that you get. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this out. First thing we want to do is just charge it up for a couple hours, but you can actually use it while it's charging. So let's just go over the basics of this. So this is your on. All right. So you always start off, flip that switch up. We'll go over this little part here. It shows the battery, so that'll tell you how charged it is. Time, we'll start with 5-minute increments and make its way up to 90. Not like you'd ever go that far, but if you needed to, you could. Pulse is either going to be 0 or 40. That means it's going to be pulsating or turning on and off 40 times a second, or it's going to be continuous wave. Mode 1 is going to be red only. Mode 2 is near infrared only. Mode 3 is red and near infrared. Generally, you're always going to be on mode 3. There's no reason really to just have red or just to use near infrared. So once you have all these set, then you can go ahead and press the O button and you can turn that on. You see it's pulsating right now. If I have it on continuous, then you'll see it looks very solid. All right, that's the basics of how to start this up. So very easy. And when you get done, it'll shut off automatically. It'll save the settings for next time. So it's easy to use. You just got to go back, press the O button. And then when you're done, go ahead, flip that off. So it takes about 3 hours to charge it fully, and it'll last about 2 hours. So you'll get a lot of good use out of it, before you need to, recharge it up. All right. So let's go back to the wavelength. So red is more superficial for the skin. So it doesn't need as much energy to penetrate deep in the body like near infrared does. All right, so again, we're going to use both modes. So that way we're getting skin and we're getting deeper. And then the systemic effect of it getting into the blood, into the lymph is going to help deeper areas of the body. So the pulsing is really important. It really helps distinguish LightPath from most of the other devices, although others are starting to catch up with the science. And again, the pulsing is simply the on and off of the light, but it's at very specific frequencies known as hertz and duration. So pulsing has generally shown greater results over non-pulsing. Research is still very ongoing, and we're learning more and more. Majority of the research has been on 40 hertz, showing improvements for cognitive disorders. So dementia, Parkinson's, depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, increased energy and mood, and beneficial for reducing inflammation. So this is why I highly recommend using the red, near infrared in the morning on the 40 hertz, as it helps to raise the brain wavelengths to more of an alert state. And in that case, you're going to be a little bit further away. Just keep your eyes closed. Some people have photosensitivity to flashing lights, so it can cause dizziness, headaches, nausea. For the rare few, strobe-induced seizure. So if that's you, just stick to the continuous wave. For length of session, if you're just beginning, I always recommend to start slow with just, half the time per body area or a quarter of the time per body area, and then slowly build your way up. It's kind of like exercising. You don't want to just go out there and run a 10K. You want to start slow and build your way up. And as you're feeling good each day, you can add more time to it. So particularly people that deal with like chronic issues, they can have what's termed as a Herx response. It just means like the body's kind of trying to detox, but the environment's not set up for it to help push those toxins out of the system in a good fashion. So again, just start off slow and build your way up. Now, so I always get asked a question like how much time for certain issues? And the answer is pretty easy. Now, the goal with light is to saturate as many cells as possible. So with time, the light goes deeper into the body to a point. When the cells are saturated, you're done. From that point on, the body will do what it does with having increased cellular energy. So think of it like watering a potted plant. We want enough water to saturate the soil. If we do just a little bit of watering or a little bit of light, we get the surface layers. So that's going to be the surface layers of the soil, the surface layers of the skin. If we water to the bottom of the pot, we get the top layers of soil all the way down to the bottom. But if we add too much water, we end up drowning the roots. And if we do too much light, we can negate the benefits. So more time, like more water, is not always better. So if your goal is skin, you only need about 90 seconds of light if you're touching the skin. If you're an inch away, you only need about 2 minutes. If you want deep penetration, you want 10 minutes against the skin or 18 minutes if you're about an inch away. As you move further away from the skin, power is lost. So if you move like 3 inches away, 4 minutes is good for skin, and it's just going to take way too long to do deep penetration. So I always recommend, you're always going to be on the skin, not through clothing, always directly on the skin, and you can actually push your right in there. Now, you don't have to do this every day. 3 times a week per body area is good. 5 times is even better. So do what's best for your schedule and stay consistent. And I can be moving this around all I want. So if I'm just doing skin, 90 seconds, 90 seconds. If I'm doing deep penetration, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and I can move it around. So again, no clothes in the way, just directly on the skin. Try to avoid lotions, creams, makeup. You don't want too much moisture on the face as well, as that'll reflect a lot of the light. Now, the light is super bright, so best to keep your eyes closed if you're anywhere close to that. But it's very beneficial for eye health, and it's very beneficial for brain health. So wear the goggles if you are photosensitive or the brightness just causes too much eye strain, or if your doctor recommends wearing goggles. All right, so again, when you first get it, go ahead and charge it up. It can still be used while it's on, which is really good. So if you do run out of juice, just plug it in, give it a little bit of time, and you'll be able to start it up while it's still continuing to charge up. So don't stare directly at the lights because it is super bright. The settings will be saved the next time you use it. So all you got to do is go back, hit the O button, and you're ready to go. And this thing is really portable. So throw this in your backpack, throw it in your purse. It can almost fit in your pocket, not quite. But that's a real good thing about this is it's just easy to move around with this one and easy to use. Make sure whenever you're using it, drink plenty of good, clean water, eat healthy foods. As light boosts your cells, they will need the proper nutrients and the clean water to maintain a higher energy output. When you go on to my YouTube page, I've got a lot of other learning videos. It's on LightPath LED. We also have a Facebook group where it's called Red Light Therapy for Beginners. And that's a great place to ask questions to me or questions to the other people in the group. So, hope you enjoy. Take care.